We also, like I told you earlier, Joseph, our sound check fella, he was here last year. He was here for our extravaganza as well. He set up Edmonton 424, so I actually got some people to stand up in Edmonton. I've been trying for a number of years. I got Todd, April, and Marge to stand up in Edmonton last year, and we've been going up there for their events to help them out, because they were understandably fearful of being arrested and harassed and whatnot. But, you know, strangely enough, Edmonton's a lot more lenient up there. They don't even bother, right? The media asked them one day, this one small group was having a smoke out, not Edmonton 420, but this other group. The media asked them, have you got, what are you going to do about these guys? And they said, we don't have time for that nonsense. We only have time for the real criminals, for the hard criminals, for the gangs. I mentioned earlier, I don't know how many remember Michelle Rainey. She has these really beautiful medicinal t-shirts. Michelle was part of the BC3 to be extradited for selling seeds to the US, along with Mark Emery and Greg Williams. Now, I told you earlier she pled guilty. It's recommended she's going to get, and so did Greg Williams, it's recommended that they're going to get 2 years probation in July. Mark is still fighting extradition. Whether you like Mark or dislike Mark, it's not really important. It's an issue of Canadian sovereignty is what it is mainly. Now, Michelle Rainey is, of course, a medical exemptee. She was at the Alberta Cup last year, too. It was really great to see her again. She's a really good friend of ours. She sent us out a bunch of these t-shirts so that we could sell them to pay the rent at the activist center. And that's the thing. We gotta pay rent at that activist center. We gotta pay power, all that. That's why we need your donations, so that we can continue to have these events, so that we can pay the rent, so that we can keep the lights on, so that we can keep the fight for legalization. Now, these medicinal shirts are really beautiful. You can get them online too from Michelle.
Can we get everybody to please put out their cigarettes? The police will be running your name if you have even a cigarette. Just so you know. You're not supposed to smoke on City Hall property or Olympic Plaza property. That sucks. So please, put out your cigarettes. Thank you.
Sorry, folks. Anyway, Medicinal Michelle online, MichelleRainey.com. Get onto our site, buy some of her t-shirts. We'd really appreciate it. I'm sure I've forgotten sponsors. Sandy, Matthias, volunteers have joined us. I don't know if I want to single them out or not. If they want to be singled out, they can come up on the stage here for some cheers. If not, they can stay amongst the crowd. But we really appreciate your support. Sandy and Matthias, give them a big cheer. Really, really great people. We love them to bits already, I tell you. They've been by the center many, many times, spent many hours there, helped us educate others. Really great folks. And there's many other volunteers. Donna Feld, is she still here today? You still here, Donna? And her daughter, Becky? Donna came up with us back in 2005 when we were working towards starting up Calgary 420. So she's been there for a long time. The fella, Lyle, and his wife, Sandy, he makes our signs, the wood handles. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it. This is the first year they couldn't make it. But I'd like to get a cheer and applause in their honor. Lyle gave up a kidney for his wife, Sandy, for a transplant. If he didn't give it to her, she probably wouldn't be alive today. Very sick woman. He's a very compassionate man. He loves his woodworking. She consumes for medical reasons, and another one that can't get the doctor to sign. So come on, folks. We need to help these people. We need to help ourselves. We need to get some legalization. Get up here, do a donation. We're going to start drawing for these prizes. Buy some tickets, please. This is going to be your last few minutes to buy some tickets. Again, we got to keep the rent, pay the rent at the center. We got to pay for signs and the t-shirts. These ones were donated, and the other ones we tossed out were donated. The Calgary 420 ones we have to pay for. And to keep this stuff going, we definitely need more help. The TY magazines we do get for a real, very reasonable price, extremely reasonable price from Marco Renda at treatingyourself.com. Marco's a Health Canada exemptee as well. He's done a lot of work. for many, many years. Okay, yeah. That's another thing. Before you take off there, folks, can you help pick up some garbage before you leave? Just pick something up and put it in the garbage can. It wouldn't hurt you. We want to leave these places cleaner than when we got here. We want to show respect. You know, we got to show respect. We've seen some marches down east here that left some nasty messes behind, and that was just not going to help our cause. It's not going to help legalization. You know, Toronto today has probably got, what, 30,000, 25,000 turnout for their march. Vancouver for 420, they have 10, 12,000, but, you know, there is a reason for that one. They're out there tossing out the joints and wanting people to smoke out in public, and I recommend that. Becky, did I mention Becky? She's standing over here. She's been with us since the beginning as well. Done a lot of good work. We appreciate you. Come on, better than that. Come on. We don't have enough pretty girls here. Come on, we got to get all these pretty girls, you know? We need the girls to stand up. We need them to come out and support us, and we need them to help with legalization. Okay, I think we're going to do that draw here shortly. The crowd seems to be breaking up. We'll get that done, and we'll probably call it a day after that. We'll have our marshals. Hopefully, some of you will stick around and help us clean up. Don't forget, we've, like Mama Kind said, we lost CC, Cannabis Culture, because there wasn't enough support for it. There wasn't enough people buying the magazine or buying the products. A lot of publishers are going down the tubes. If we don't get out there and buy these magazines, support these guys, we're not going to have them.
I'll buy one right now.
I don't know if we got any left over there. I'd accept a donation for one of them. For sure, you could have one if we got any left. We are giving those out for free, and of course, they cost us money again. I know, I hate coming on that money thing. I hate coming out with my hand out, but, you know, a lot of money goes into this. Like I told you, Kelly Christie dropped close to 6 bills here. Yeah, $600 bucks. Out of his own pocket. I'm not going to tell you who donated the Activist Center, but they gave it to us for 6 months, and they're losing over $1,000 a month in revenue, rent revenue. But we still got to pay him some funds for that place, and I'd like to give a cheer to him for being the anonymous donor. You know, and again, we still got to keep the lights on and keep the gas on, and we still slide him a few bucks each month, a few $100, again, coming out of our pockets. That's why we got to raise some more funds. So anyway, let's do a draw here. Let's get a draw moving. Girls, what do you want to do? You want to pull one out of the box, or?